Podcasting from their dining room table in West Hollywood, California,
it's the Stonebergs with Dave Stone.
What can I say? I'm a man of very stupid principles, okay?
And Katie Strandberg.
My brain needs help.
Advice and encouragement from two goofballs who can barely run their own lives.
Call now at 213-282-3615 to be part of the show.
Now welcome the Stonebergs.
That's us, Boo.
Woo!
How about you?
Boo, I'm great. Listen, I gotta tell you something. We're gonna do some timers today, so I am on point. I'm starting a timer.
You're starting a timer?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 timers.
Okay.
They're all preset.
All right.
Because we're gonna keep the show at a timer pace.
At a timer pace.
Yeah, just want to let you know.
At a timer tighter pace.
So, what's a timer tiger? Ooh,
Timer
like
tighter. I thought you were saying tighter pace, but you said timer pace.
Yeah.
That's all right. Words.
Word.
How you doing?
I'm good.
New glasses?
New glasses.
I like them.
I don't know. I like it too. It's a new look.
Yeah.
You know what? I've noticed I get a little more respect
Yeah?
with the glasses. Yeah, people respect you more
The
with
old
some
thing.
goggles.
They think you're smarter?
They do. They do. Well, or that I'm lost.
Yeah. Why do they think you're lost? Because you're wearing glasses.
That's how my face looks.
Oh, okay.
Always. I just always kind of look.
I understand.
Where?
So you went with the,
Ooh.
what is that, cheetah print? What do you call that?
This is called turtle shell.
Turtle shell.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun, flirty, and festive. And I got green ones coming.
Okay.
Now I'm into glassware,
I like it.
but I don't need them. But I have them. So it's like my disguise.
Oh, so this is merely decorative.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's blue blocker.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm looking at a screen, which I frequently do, it protects my eyes.
Do
Blue
you,
blocker.
do you remember the old blue blockers from the 80s?
No.
They were like the big sunglasses, and they protected the sides. It's like
Oh, yes.
full coverage.
Yes. I remember Oakley's being that. Like, oh, yeah. Did you ever have those?
No. Oakley's or blue blockers?
Both.
No, blue blockers were, back in the 80s, were like for old people.
Oh.
Who couldn't get I can't have any rays penetrating the upper part of my head.
Yeah.
So it was, they looked kind of ridiculous. But, yeah, I played baseball, so of course I wore Oakleys.
Is that like a thing?
Back in the
baseball
day,
players?
Oakleys were very big amongst Little League and high school baseball players. Now Oakleys are just for people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th.
It's true.
So I don't rock that look anymore.
Me either.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Super Bowl. Super Bowl was a couple days ago. I watched most of it in between making homemade chicken wings. The place smells today because I broke out the fryer.
I love that you broke out a fryer.
Yeah, I used to have my own deep fryer. I don't have that anymore. It broke. But now I got the Dutch oven, filled it full of oil, cranked that shit up to 375 and dumped a bunch of chicken wings in there. It was great.
It smelled so good. It smelled like a fair.
Yeah.
You were doing a one-man Super Bowl party.
Yeah, I had my own little Super Bowl party.
I was a trash can and didn't attend. I was going to attend. And then there was cookies that I was going to bring. So then I ordered cookies, but then there was an Uber issue. It was a lot.
You had cookies delivered, and then they delivered them to the wrong place. So then you ordered more dessert, and then you found the original order. So it was like a cookie and chicken wing party.
A lot of cookie work.
Yeah.
A lot of cookie work.
It's a good time.
Well, the halftime show was amazing. I did watch that.
Yeah, it was
Thoughts
good.
on that?
ATL,
Thoughts?
baby.
Oh.
Usher, Lil Jon, Ludacris.
Oh, they're all from Atlanta?
They're all from Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Baby.
Oh.
It was funny because I have driven two of those guys in my limousine back in the day.
You were a limo
I've talked about this.
driver.
Back in 2005, I used to drive limos in Atlanta, and one of our biggest accounts was a hip-hop label. So seriously, like 2 or 3 times a week, I had some hip-hop artist in the back. And one time I drove Lil Jon around, and he paid me extra to take him to Fatburger. And
How did that happen?
Well, because like all that stuff was prepaid, so everybody, like the itineraries and the routes were already predetermined. Like you're just supposed to pick them up at the airport and take them to this hotel. So But then he was like, hey, can you take, I'm not going to do his voice, but he was like, let's go to Fatburger. And I'm like, well, Mr. John, actually, the label is only paid from point A to point B. And he gave me $50 to take him to Fatburger. Yeah! So that was a good time. And another time, I think I've told you this story, I picked up Ludacris at his mansion in College Park, which is a little suburb right outside of Atlanta. And this is the only time this has ever happened. This blew my mind. So when I go to pick somebody up, whether it be the airport, hotel, their house, whatever, first thing I do is I hop out and grab their luggage, right? Mm-hmm. So I pull up to Ludacris's house, big old mansion, and he's sitting out in the driveway with two of the biggest dudes I've ever seen. I'm assuming they're his bodyguards. So I hop out, and I'm like, hey, you guys going to the airport? And they're like, yeah. And between the three of them, 0 luggage. Wow. Not one person had any luggage. And I said, you guys don't have any luggage? And I swear to God, this is what one of the big guys says. And this is just how he spoke. I'm not mocking his way, but he just goes, Luda don't need no luggage. He buy new shit everywhere he go. Oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
That's a power move beyond.
All 3 guys got in the limo, went to the airport. Not even a backpack. I think maybe somebody had a little fanny pack or one of those little courier packs or something, but no backpack, no suitcase. And he was going to New York. What about
a jacket? I'm nervous for them. They need to bring more.
And it was he did SNL. If this would have been probably January, February of 2005. So they were going to New York for Ludacris to do SNL. No luggage, because Luda buy new shit everywhere he go.
Wow.
So that was the coolest encounter I ever had when I was driving limos. But yeah, Lil Jon and Luda representing the ATL. I've always liked them. Usher, I could take him or leave him. He's a little too much of that 90s R&B, ooh, baby, baby.
It is, yes. He is definitely R&B gold.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, I didn't know he was from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's Southern.
Yeah.
Huh.
A lot of those hip hop R&B dudes.
Yeah.
I told you about Lil Scrappy. To this day, I don't know who.
Scrappy?
Lil Scrappy got mad because I didn't know who he was. He was like, hey, man, we're just making small talk while I'm driving Lil Scrappy around. He goes, hey, you listen to hip hop? I was like, a little, not a lot. He's like, who you listen to? And I dropped a few names. He goes, you listen to Lil Scrappy? And I go, I'm not familiar with him. And he got mad. He's like, you never heard of Lil Scrappy? Oh. And then I go, let me guess. You're Lil Scrappy. And he was a little upset that I didn't know who he was. But, yeah, it's good times. But, yeah, good good Super Bowl, good halftime show. I didn't really care about either one of the teams. But it was an entertaining game. So, it was a good time.
Big news. Mm-hmm. Beyonce is doing something.
Yeah, well, what's the news?
I thought she announced it at Super Bowl, but I didn't watch it. She's coming out with a new tour.
Oh, I missed it because I missed a lot of the commercials because I was in and out of the kitchen trying to get those wings going. I did see a commercial the other day. I don't think this one was in the Super Bowl. And I don't like this word because it's hack now amongst comedians. Like the right-leaning comedians are always making fun of everybody who's woke. Mm-hmm. I love how that's an insult these days.
Being empathetic.
Look at this guy. He's got empathy. What a loser. But I don't like the word woke, but for lack of a better term, I saw the wokest commercial I have ever seen.
Oh, I want to hear.
And I went on the Super Bowl. It was a couple days ago. It was Beneful dog food, a brand called Beneful.
Oh, okay. Is that refrigerated?
Isn't that cute? Like plentiful and beneficial and Beneful.
Beneful.
They had a disabled dog in the commercial. And it just... Okay, I get representation.
Oh, no.
My mom is disabled.
Are you going to be mean to a disabled dog right now?
No, not the disabled dog. But it wasn't... the dog food wasn't specially made for disabled dogs. This wasn't a advertisement for a clinic for disabled dogs. It's just a dog food. But the only dog in the commercial, he had the little, the wheels.
The wheels.
And, that's adorable and heartbreaking all at the same time.
Is.
But why?
Because I want to buy that food now because I feel bad for the wheel dog.
I get representation. Like I said, mom's in a wheelchair. And or anybody who's a marginalized group needs representation in movies, commercials, what have you. Are the disabled dogs sitting around writing letters that they are not being represented? It just reeked of trying too hard.
Right.
On the casting director or the director or whatever. It's like, look at how empathetic we are. We've got to just, I don't know.
Was there only one?
There was only one dog.
That was it.
He was the star of the show. But it just, do you get my point? I get people.
I get it.
People need representation. Do animals need representation?
Yeah, was that written in the ad?
No, that's my point. It wasn't about dog food for disabled dogs, and it wasn't a clinic or whatever for disabled dogs. Just, here's our run-of-the-mill dog food, and the star of the show is this cute little dog got a wagon hitched to him. I don't know. You know what I mean? Not a wheelchair, but it just
tied with a belt and a wagon. It just
reeked of trying way too hard. Like, look at us.
We're helpful people towards disabled dogs.
But anyway.
No, I listen. Maybe that's the result of eating food.
That's a terrible ad.
It's like, look what happens. you lose your bottom legs. Oh God.
So did you watch any of the halftime show?
I did. I watched the whole thing online.
So it was Usher,
Alicia Keys, Lil Jon, Ludacris.
Somebody else, right?
There was somebody else.
Reba McEntire sang the national anthem.
Who is looking lit, by the way? She looks so good, and I love Reba.
What percentage of people watching the Super Bowl under 40 years of age knew who the hell Reba McEntire was? And I love Reba too. I'm not shaming. I'm not what I'm trying to say. I'm not throwing shade.
Oh, good job,
Reba.
Proud of you for knowing that.
But that's a trend lately. Have you noticed? Like, all right, back when I was in radio, I didn't care about the business side, but I just absorbed a little bit of like the advertising and the business side, and everything back then was demographics. And in radio, most stations, they're looking for that 18 to 24 demographic. Right. That was just hammered down our throats, 18 to 24. Because even though that demographic, they don't earn the most, but they have the most disposable income.
Okay.
So everything was always geared towards 18 to 24. They're the ones that are buying CDs back in the day, DVDs and blah, blah, blah. But now it just seems like it's pivoted to... I saw Kid and Play on a commercial the other day. Kid and Play from 30 plus years ago. Exactly. You barely remember. Kid and Play was
up before me.
They were big in the late 80s, early 90s. They had a couple of movies, House Party, and they had... But my point is, like... Kid and Play hasn't been relevant in 30 years.
Yeah.
They're on a TV commercial. So many. There's a burger chain that just opened. Not a chain. A place just opened the other day down the street called Burger, She Wrote.
I love that.
You know, that show from 45 years ago starring a 65-year-old Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. I mean, she was a powerhouse, though.
Burger,
right.
She Wrote.
It's an older thing. It's older.
And I mean, I'm old, and I get it, but it's just, it's puzzling to me that advertisers are pouring so much money into nostalgia acts.
Yeah, well, Usher isn't like, I don't know. I don't listen to a bunch of pop stuff. Current. Mm-hmm. I only do early 2000 pop and soundtracks. But... yeah, Usher's old. He's older.
Well, yeah.
He's an older dude, and he was in my college time. Wow, words. Hard.
Yeah, and I get that for the Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, they usually do go with more proven acts that people know. Yeah. I'm not saying they should have had whoever the hot new flavor of the week.
Taylor Swift was there. Hilarious.
But it's just weird that, like, advertisers are just banking so hard now on nostalgia.
Yeah.
Let's get or you even hear the music. You watch an Applebee's commercial and there was some like 70s soft rock.
Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Applebee's has rats. I found a whole rat for Cobb salad.
The worst is when this old song and then like the lyrics of the song match the new marketing campaign of the new product. But yeah, Steely Dan or somebody was on it. And it's just, That's so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm old and I don't give a shit about that. But what are the young kids? Like, what, a 25-year-old? What are
the youths?
What are they supposed to think? Like, who the hell are these people they're
that's a good point.
shoving down our throat? But
I don't know. I mean,
that's neither here nor there.
You know what? I did see a Blockbuster pop-up coming soon to West Hollywood. So they
really
just
Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, so they're reinventing a Blockbuster Video, and then you could go in. It's like a museum experience, like an art piece. Like you go in.
Well, that's cool.
That's kind of fun and nostalgia-y. But yeah, it's weird.
I was watching
It's weird.
There's a new stand-up special on Netflix, and I won't name the guy, but this is the hot new stand-up special that comes on the little trailer as soon as you. And I'm not making this up. The punchline to a joke in the trailer, he's talking about how drugs aren't drugs anymore, and they're softening, they're taking away our vices, and he goes, My drug dealer just tried to offer me something called I Can't Believe It's Not Cocaine. There you go. That's Netflix comedy. I can't believe it's not cocaine. If you have no idea what the fuck that means, that's a reference to a butter substitute from the 1980s.
Don't think they have it anymore. I'm sure there's so many chemicals, and people have probably had, three eyes develop on their back of their head.
That comic should be ashamed of himself.
Well,
what a hacky.
Oh my God, Fabio. I loved Fabio.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I was never allowed to read like those books though. You know, the like dirty books.
Yeah.
What was that? Who was that?
Harlequin romance.
Oh yeah. One time I found one in my mom's like bookcase.
There
but
you go.
It was like hidden and like very much behind like Dale Carnegie something. It was really great.
All right. Well,
I didn't know that. Hence the I don't remember him being the I can't believe it's not butter guy.
yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, Fabio. Yeah, I liked him. Okay.
From the late 80s, early 90s.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Great punchline. Comedian. That's the hackiest joke I've seen on TV in a long time. So anyway, I won't throw him under the bus anymore. You can figure it out. Go watch Netflix and just look for the hackiest joke you've ever heard. Moving on. The timer has sounded.
Okay.
We got new features.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
We're classing up the joint. Got a little production value added to the show.
Okay.
Here's a feature I've been wanting to do, so I'm going to rant a little bit.
It's green, moron!
Keeping it between the ditches, it's time for Traffic School with Dave on the Stonebergs.
Hell yeah. Take out your pens.
I got it.
Your number 2 pencil. Write this shit down. Traffic school. Have you ever been to an actual traffic school?
Yes.
Yeah?
I worked at one.
That's right.
I was a driver's ed instructor, which was one of my amazing jobs. I was too laid back. Too laid back with the students. So there would be like 15, 20 minutes at the end where you were supposed to practice what they didn't, accomplish. And I would always say, do you want to just go home? I don't care. And then I would have 20 minutes alone.
No wonder people can't drive.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's all right.
Sorry about that.
No,
I probably added to the rage.
I feel like this, I try to practice good self-awareness, and I feel like you and I have a great relationship, a great marriage.
We do.
We say we coined the silly, one of us coined the phrase, I love you and I like you. Because I know people who love their spouse, but after 30 years, are like, I don't like her anymore. Just meaning I like spending time with you. I like doing things with you. And the only time I can ever really tell, I'm sure it happens much more, but the one thing that I know gets on your nerves is my impatience behind the wheel for my fellow driver.
Yeah, it's horrible. I feel like a 1950s housewife. I really do. I'm just like, please don't. Like, I never thought I'd be that person.
My rage has gotten better, though, as I've gotten older, right? I don't think I have road rage. I have road annoyance. I'm not screaming anymore.
Is that how you feel?
I mean, occasionally. But anyway, just everywhere I go in this town, I'm surrounded by idiots behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just sheer stupidity and ignorance? Like, I literally don't know the rules and laws of the road?
Right.
Or is it people just got their head in their phone even when they're driving? Like, so many times. Like, how many, every day someone's in front of me, light turns green, and their head's just down for 5 Mississippi.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, that's not what I want to rant about today.
Okay.
Today I want to rant about what I call, for lack of a better term, intersectional awareness.
Okay.
When you're going through an intersection, and I try to teach this to you, and I don't mean for that to sound condescending, but I try to.
No, I need reminders. I
need
do, 'cause
reminders.
I forget. I do.
Just because you have a green light doesn't mean everything is A-okay. When you're tooling down the road and you're approaching an intersection and you have a green light, all right, there's several things you still have to do. One thing I'm trying to teach you is to look left and right before you go. I mean, you don't have to come to a stop on a green light, but as you're approaching the intersection, check out your surroundings to make sure a drunk driver isn't running a red light and T-bones you, right?
Well, I have a question. Let's just pause real quick. Sorry. I'm going through an intersection. This is my problem. How far, because then I'm not focused on the straight.
No, just a quick,
where am I going?
Just a quick left and right. But anyway, that's not the thing I'm ranting about. The thing I'm ranting about today is it's general intersectional awareness. So that's obvious, as far as look left and right before you proceed on a green, even though you have the green. The other thing, this thing happens every day around here. I got a green light, so I'm going through the intersection. Oh, shit, there's traffic in front of me, and now we're stopped in the middle of the damn intersection.
That's a tough one.
Before you proceed through the intersection, take a peek around and see, hey, can I make it all the way across?
Yeah.
Without getting stuck?
Yeah.
There's an intersection, I don't know why this one, but if people know LA, Sunset at Highland. Ugh. The lane's going north on Highland. People going northbound on Highland, when they cross through Sunset, every time I'm at that intersection, someone gets stuck there. And then the light turns, their green light is now red, and the other people have the green, and they can't go because there's a big dumbass stuck in the middle of the intersection. So I know I'm rambling, but long story short,
rant. You got 30 seconds.
Before you go through the intersection, make sure you can go all the way through without stopping. Even if if you can't, then what you have to do, you have to stop at a green light. And I know that sounds weird. And people honk at me when I'm doing it. And I'm like, hey, asshole, look, I can't. There's people in front of me. Yeah. Just don't clog the intersection.
Don't clog it. And also look right, left, right.
Right, left, right. Don't clog the intersection. Make sure you can go all the way through.
But what if you have to go to the bathroom?
Then, I don't know.
Okay.
Just pee in a cup. So there you go, Dave's Traffic School.
Oh, I loved it.
So just be careful going through these intersections. Pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
And just get your head out of your ass.
And
just
drive safe.
Don't be a dumbass.
Oh.
One more on that. I know the time.
No, it's
I got to throw this in there.
Hold on. I'm resetting. Let's do another minute.
I've been a big fan. I'm always a proponent of right on red. Okay?
Okay.
But before you turn right on red, make sure that this guy at your 9 o'clock, if he's stopping on his green because the intersection's clogged, like I will pause. You're not following this.
I'm listening. No.
Don't ride on red if the guy with the green is pausing as to not clutter the intersection. This guy's not pausing to let me ride on red. He's pausing because he can't cross the intersection without getting stuck.
Got it. Okay.
So that's not an invitation for your dumbass to turn right on red, and now you're stuck in the intersection.
Yeah.
And if it loosens up at all, the guy waiting on the green, he could have gone, but now your dumbass turned right on red in a clogged intersection, making it even worse. All right, I'll shut up.
No, you don't need to shut up. I like it. I think this is, though, the underlying thing of maybe that's why, we don't go on many drives together, just because my anxiety and, look at that.
I understand.
All right, timer.
New phone number, 213-282-3615.
In that order.
213-282-3615. Give us a holler. Let us know what's on your mind. We got one on the queue here.
Hey, Dave and Katie. It's Justin from Salt Lake City again. Long-time listener, watcher, third-time caller. just finished episode 119, and I really enjoyed that one, the FOMO versus JOMO. I'm definitely with Dave on that. I'm a longtime metalhead, and there are some awesome bands I've seen come through town, and I'm just like, meh. And I even had one recently where the day of the concert, I was like, how do I get out of this? I really just want to stay home and hang out with my dog and play video games. And lucky enough, the closer at my work called out. So I was like, I'm the manager. I got to go. Sorry. But very much understand that. Hold on. Let me crack a Rainier here. There we go. Really enjoy your podcast. Really informative. I love how just genuine you two are to each other. It's really amazing to see you two in this podcast, bouncing ideas off each other, talking with each other, goofing around. Keep them coming. Glad that you're all back. Can't wait for the next one. All right. Bye.
Aw,
Thank you, Justin. Justin from Salt Lake City.
Ooh.
SLC.
It's pretty there.
Cracking a Rainier.
What's a Rainier?
Rainier is a beer. It's well, before it's a beer, it's a mountain. It's the tallest mountain in the state of Washington.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good beer. I'm a sucker for I'm not a beer guy. I love beer. I hate IPAs and all that stuff. But I am a sucker for the good local just lager pilsner.
Rainier
I like
beer.
Rainier. I always drink that when I'm up that way. I love a Lone Star when I'm in Texas.
Ooh.
Like a Lone Star. I'll drink Old Style when I'm in Chicago.
Old Style.
Old Style's just a brand. Just American beer. Just, regular. I don't know enough about it. I think usually I go with a lager or pilsner.
Huh.
But yeah, Rainier is just a good beer made out of Washington.
Well, that's amazing.
Good time.
It's funny that his JOMO is... he was excited to go to work.
Yeah.
He's like, I so don't want to go.
He'd rather go back to work than go to a concert.
I'm going to go to work. Sorry, friends.
What's your favorite metal band? Justin's a metalhead, he said. Is he a metalhead or former metalhead?
A metal band?
Yeah, you got any metal bands you like? Can you name a metal band?
I can. Yes. What's yours?
Right now, probably Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like
stoner
them.
Metal.
But I think mine would be Murder House.
Murder House?
Mm-hmm.
They must be underground.
They are.
They've probably never heard of them.
No, they're from the 60s.
That's a good name
metal.
for a band.
It was in London, but then they transferred to New York underneath the tunnel.
Transferred.
No, I know a metal. I do. The one with the guy that kind of looks like Kiefer Sutherland in the front, and Skippy's laughing.
That was just a movie called The Lost Boys.
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't
There's
a metal
one.
band.
It's the
Metallica. James Hetfield.
Metallica.
James Hetfield looks like Kiefer Sutherland.
Kinda.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he has the vibe.
Yeah. What's your favorite Metallica song?
Until It Sleeps. How the hell did I know that?
Is
that real?
That's a song or an album or something. Yeah. Right on.
I did it. I know a metal thing. Yes. What's your favorite? Oh, Sleep, you said.
I like Sleep. I was a big metalhead in my teen years. Pantera. Couldn't get enough Pantera.
What did they sing about? It's hard
Crowbar.
to listen. Hard to listen, I think.
I Hate God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Corrosion of Conformity. None of these ringing a bell.
What?
Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, no.
Morbid Angel.
Mormon Angel?
Pig Destroyer.
Oh, God.
I thought of a good fake metal band name. And Skippy, our producer, might appreciate this. I think this would be there might be a band called this. But I love thinking of fake band names. I used to tell people I was a singer for Ass Tractor. That was a fake band I made up. Black Ramekin. But my new one is Stump Grinder.
Stump
Grinder?
Grinder?
I play bass for Stump Grinder.
I like it.
Do you know what a stump grinder is?
Is it just like a tree stump that gets ground?
Yes. When you cut a tree down, you still got the stump there, And it's just this machine you bring in and just fucking grinds it up.
I'd be so good at that.
Yeah, Stump Grinder would be a good
Get one of those.
good metal band.
I'd be good as a stump grinder.
You sure would.
What's your favorite metal song if you were to, okay, you're going to pick it. It's your theme song. You know, it's like your baseball walk-up song.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I know about that. So sports.
Yeah. Well, what's the question though?
Oh, what would be your metal baseball walk-up song? If you had to choose. Like,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, baseball.
Well, Pantera has a song called Walk.
Okay.
But that's not a great approach as a hitter. You don't go up to bat looking for a walk.
That's true. You're going up to destroy a bat.
That's right.
Is there bat destroyers? That's a fun metal name. Bat machine heads.
Oh,
Machining all around.
Yeah, Machine Head is a band. Yeah, Machine Head.
Oh,
there
there
was a time where there was like 5 or 6 bands with the name Head. There was Radiohead, Portishead, Machine Head. There was a few others I'm forgetting, but I did the math back in the day, and I counted like at least 5. But anyway,
who was married to Gwen Stefani?
Bush. Oh, Bush had a song called Machine Head.
That's what I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
That was a good song.
Not a big fan of Bush.
Well, I thought they were very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Bush. Breathe in, breathe out.
Breathe in, breathe out. I love that. Want to know why? Because I have ADHD, and I have to be reminded. That's my segue into our topic today.
Justin, thanks for calling.
Oh, sorry.
213-282-3615. Moving on. Now we're going to get down to brass tacks here and learn some shit.
I think timers are great.
Yes.
I think they're fun.
We need something to keep us on track.
It's true. Mm-hmm. Okay, so today I would like to talk about ADHD and how a lot of people have it. And if you do have it, you're the coolest person ever.
And let me say this.
If
you ever come to see Katie do stand-up comedy, she has a joke. And it's a very funny joke about ADHD. And then one of the punchlines is that you can't remember what ADHD stands for. But don't holler it out like the guy in Jacksonville a few months ago.
You
remember that jackass?
The backyard show where I was sweating my balls off. Man.
Just don't yell anything out at a comedy show.
Yeah.
We never talked about that, did we?
No, I don't think so.
Then he came up after the show and he tried to be all chummy, and I basically told him to fuck off.
I know. I was sitting in my seat. I was very awkwardly. Well,
don't interrupt the comedian in the middle of her punchline.
It was, and I had him too. It's weird because I had sucked that tour a lot. And then I was like, this is my time to shine, a backyard show. And I was doing good. And then he interrupted. And it was a lot of turned. Okay, but anyway.
What does, just to be clear, just to kind of make sure we're all on the same page, what does ADHD stand for?
Attention Deficit Hyperactive Clonopin. Nope, that's not even with the C. Wait. Attention Deficit. Oh my gosh.
Disorder. Hyperactive.
Hyperactive.
Oh boy. Well, teach us something about ADHD then.
Okay.
Lady who doesn't. I just got through ranting that she knows what it means, asshole.
I do.
You don't have to yell out the answer.
I got so nervous
That's all right.
with the question, and then I froze.
It's like the Stephen Wright joke. My nephew has HD ADHD. He can barely pay attention, but when he does, it's incredibly clear.
That's a good one.
That's not a good Stephen Wright impression, but
I liked it. It was smooth and wonderful. Okay, so
can't have everything.
There's a lot of
it.
mixed bags.
Yes.
Situations with ADHD. You got time blindness. Time is hard for me to follow. Right. You got forgetting people's names, numbers. Relation to you. That happens sometimes with ADHD. But so this thing is called object permanence.
Object permanence.
In people with ADHD. Yes. Okay.
OP ADHD.
So it's inattention. We cannot pay attention, right?
Okay.
So it's sort of easiest way to describe it is out of sight, out of mind. So if it's not in my sight, at least for me, I will forget. For example, I have to take medications and supplements because it's my favorite thing to do, right? So how I remember is I take my dad's old pistol case.
Yeah.
And he took a lot of medication. And so I remember it, and then I put all my meds in it.
There you go.
There you go. We got all the sups and the meds, but that's how I have to remember it. Also,
How does that help you remember, though?
because I had to put a story to it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it's like
some association.
This is an important thing. Dad used to carry his pistol in this, by the way, which I don't know where the pistol is. That's weird. Anyway, so I took it, and I remember Dad towards the last leg of his life, a lot of medication.
Yeah.
So I look at this, I associate Dad, and then I think, oh, medication.
What if you just got a little label maker and just put medication there?
People do that as well, but I like the look of it without a label.
I understand.
And now I can, this brown thing, like a casket, is for medication. Okay, so that's a sick way of remembering it, but that's the kind of stuff you have to do. Okay, so what does this mean? Guess what?
Object permanence.
Yes, permanence.
It's all right, boo.
No, I know it's all right. And I actually, yes, okay, because I knew you were going to ask this. Object whatever.
Can I see it?
Okay, sure. Yeah, help a sister out. All right.
Permanence. Like I said, object permanence. Permanence.
Yeah, it's
Permanence.
hard to, yes, but listen, it's a thing,
Okay, yes.
So people with ADHD have this. So this is why do we have this? Well, we're inattentive. We have hyperactivity. We're busy. So I will literally forget people and their birthdays unless I get a text message that reminds me or a reminder. So then I'm like, oh yeah, I have a friend. Oh yeah, I forgot I have friends.
What do you mean you forget people? You forget that certain people even exist, or you just don't think about them very often?
If they're not in my direct sight or in my world day to day, it is very hard for me to connect.
Yeah.
Like you'll make plans with other people. Like you'll set yourself up for success because you'll be like, oh, I'm going to have lunch with blah, blah, blah on this day. And I'll be like, that sounds really good. And then my mind will think, I wonder what kind of color pencil organizer I should get. And then I go to Amazon and do that. And then I'll go, it's a whole thing. And I'll forget to make plans with that person. And then it's not like I forget people. I would like to say that. It's like I forget, like in my head, I forget our relationship. In a way, like
what do you mean?
Meaning,
like I know this person, but I don't know how.
No, I know this person. This person is a dear friend of mine, but I will be like, man, I really miss them, and then I'll forget to text or I'll forget to email. Like the follow through with relationships is really hard for neurodivergent heads. So. In a way, it's kind of cool, though. Like, say you're dating a douchehole and you want to forget about him. That's good. That usually goes away, out of sight, out of mind. But that's why you have to have very firm boundaries to not let people in. But that's a whole different thing. Okay, so things that happen when you're not doing that great with object permanence.
Object permanence.
Forgetfulness, losing objects they need for school, work, or daily life. So, like keys.
Lighters.
You
You lose more lighters than anyone I've ever seen.
It's the couch.
Yeah.
It's the couch.
But
it's
then
the cushions in the couch.
But then we look under the cushions and they're not there.
Yeah, I don't know where they go. Maybe we have a ghost. I think we have a ghost.
Well, we've talked about that.
We already have a
We
ghost.
definitely have a ghost.
We for sure have a ghost.
Who steals all our little spoons.
That's true. Okay. So can
Give me again in layman's terms. Object permanence is just meaning you will forget about something unless it's in your line of sight.
Yes.
People who suffer from this probably use a lot of Post-it notes, a lot of whiteboards.
Yeah, to combat it, you have to visually have cues for yourself. So I literally bought magnets that said, take your medication, and I put it on a cute little refrigerator board. Or, oh crap, I have to do my morning pages. Like time just goes by and I forget to do important tasks like pay a bill on time.
Well, we've talked about this as far as like comedy, and I guess I practice this without even realizing what it is. But people ask, not just me, but a common question that a comedian will get is, how do you remember all your material? And for me, doing it this long, I guess I take it for granted, but like the average person to go up on stage and talk for an hour, A, just to talk about anything would be scary, but then B, to remember what you're supposed to say.
Ugh.
Anyway, the way I do it, and I have a big whiteboard that has little key phrases. I won't have the whole joke written out, obviously, but if I have a joke about donuts, it'll just say donut. And if the next joke is about tractors, it'll say tractor.
Right.
So, like in my office, even if I'm not working on jokes, if I'm just sitting there doing anything else, I like just seeing it on the wall. So then when I'm on stage and I'm having to remember an hour's worth of material, I visualize my whiteboard and what word comes after this word and what joke comes after this joke. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
So I like just being able to see it either on a whiteboard or wherever, as opposed to it only existing in my mind. And that helps me remember the order. So like if I'm struggling, if I'm about to wrap up a joke and I can't remember what the next joke is, then I think I see the whiteboard in my mind and I'm like, oh, that's the next thing.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess I've been practicing object permanence and didn't even know it.
Yeah. Because that is perfect. That is for you to memorize that. Well, and you have such a good memory though. But yeah, like just those cues, right?
Or just seeing things.
Yes,
Or like if I'm on another thing I do, not very well, but when I'm dieting, I do this. Like on the whiteboard, I'll put like 30 days.
Right.
And then I'll write my weight for each day. And not the only thing that does really is it's just a constant reminder throughout the day of like,
yeah.
Hey, jackass, let's try to make the next number smaller than the previous.
Right.
Well,
they say that with weight loss, you have to, no, you don't have to, but with Noom, I was a Noom member for a little bit, day and night, they say to weigh yourself.
Really?
Day and night. So then you're constantly accountable.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about, especially with this is, words. You literally can forget mid-sentence what you're talking about.
Yeah. Imagine that.
But you can write it down and designate times throughout your day. For example, I should have a texting time. I'm not going to open a text when I'm on the move and stuff because I will forget to text back. I will. And that's okay. And that's okay. You just have to remember, okay, from 5 to 5:30, I'm going to look at my phone, get back to everybody. I do that with social media too. So I'm not just on my phone all the time, but I want to give people that level of respect, but I have to do it that works for my ADHD brain.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and also a lot of people with this buy multiple of the same things. Hence, that's why we have like 27 deodorants. Also,
Because they forgot they already bought it?
Yeah,
or?
I have 2 books right now. I bought the same book.
You bought the same book twice?
Twice.
Wow. And really, you couldn't remember?
I couldn't.
And like, no disrespect, it's not like you're mowing through so many. It's not like you read 3 books a week.
Oh, no.
And then you just forgot, oh, shit, I've already read this one.
Right. No.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just I totally forgot. And I'm looking for that adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm online and when you click, it's like, oh my gosh, in 2 days I'm getting this and yay. And then that spikes and then it goes down again because it's not, it can't be all the time. You don't always have a adrenaline rush. So reminders, timers. We have timers, we have reminders, and explaining to people in your life, hey, I love you so much, and I think you're awesome. I'm trying to get better at responding, but my brain, it's hard, and I'm not trying to use that as an excuse. But I just want to let you know, it's not out of hate. It's not out of I don't think you're wonderful.
Yeah,
it's my stuff, and like taking accountability really helps. But you have to know what you're struggling with, and people that are neurodivergent we just have to understand our brains are just wired a little differently. You don't put gas in an all electric car. You plug it in. So we just have to figure out our plug-in and how ADHD people can plug ourselves in, aka exercise. That's what they say to do. A lot of like cardio, hardcore, which I used to do.
How does that help with your ADHD?
Because it calms you down. We have all this energy, and then it gets out. It's like when I do morning pages, and I'm just writing 3 pages. Don't even let my pen exit the page. That's what Julia Cameron says, and it gets out all the static. So it's about getting the static out and then just reminding yourself. And I suggest making it fun. Get fun pictures. If you like labels, get fun labels. Lazy Susans. I have one of those. Look at this. Can I show you?
Sure.
All right, we're almost done.
Watch out.
Okay, so look. Lazy Susan.
Yeah.
I could put water on it. I could put my caffeine eye cream. I'm going to put all the timers on it. And look, because then I could see everything. See?
Okay.
That's fun.
So basically the crux of this premise here with the object permanence is just make everything visible.
Yes. That's why I have see-through, so I could see my shoes, the see-through little drawers that I got. I have to literally remember, underwear drawer. That's one drawer. Like I just have to, it has to be bullet points, like you said. But just with everyday chores, I'll forget laundry, instead of beating the crap out of myself. Oh, well, I'll set a timer and then, and reward yourself.
There you go.
Get a little cup of coffee after. Have fun. Watch a show or 8.
Oh,
do what
boy.
you need.
Well, good times, Boo.
Hey, thank you.
Well, I feel like I know more about this than I did 10 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Perfect
Look at
timing.
that.
Am
Perfect
I right?
timing.
Am I right?
Hey, it's time for another feature.
Ooh, it is? What?
Yeah. Now, we're not going to be doing these specific features every week. We're
No.
going to have a rotating cast of
Oh,
features.
right.
But try to get to a couple every
Okay.
episode to kind of keep us a little more organized. And this is one that you were very excited about.
Who is hunky dory? Not today, Nick. Who said that?
Wow, Bethany, wow.
Gossip, glam, drama, and tea. It's the Bravo Beat with Katie on the Stonebergs.
Woo!
There you go.
Yes, Bravo Beat. Okay, Bravo Universe. For those of you who are a Bravo nerd like myself, there has been a lot of news. Okay.
It was kind of like your Super Bowl this
This
week,
is my
too.
Super Bowl
You
because
had a big event last week, right?
Vanderpump Rules came back, baby. Season 11. This show got the highest rating, highest rated cable show. Like the first, the season opener.
Season premiere.
So season premiere pulled in some ratings like nobody's business.
The highest rated, of the year, of all time?
Cable show, maybe it was of the year. It was on the Bravo
that's still
website.
pretty
That is
impressive.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Rules. Now,
is-
if we remember,
For the people who don't know or give a shit, explain to us what that is again.
it's a smash hit series on Bravo TV about a group of friends that work at a restaurant, and they all are trying to make it in LA. That's how it all started.
Okay.
So cut to 10 years later, they're living in farmhouses in the Studio City and trying to be adults and all this stuff. Last year, big thing happened. One of the stars slept with one of the other stars.
Oh, Lord.
But he was in a relationship of 10 years.
Oh, imagine that.
So horrible, right? And now those two people in the Bravoverse, this is a very big deal, are living under the same roof.
Ooh.
So they have to live in the same house. You have to live with somebody that had a 7-month, allegedly, I bet it was more, affair with your best friend in the house it happened. What the hell? What?
Why are they still living together?
Because at this point, it's spite. I think one tried to give the other a lowball offer, one being
So they bought a
Sandoval.
home together?
They bought a home together, and they put it together, and he broke the home. So now she's like, I'm not moving out, so you can just have your lady come in and start. I would die. I would die. What would you do in this situation? If you were living with your ex?
I've been there.
Really?
Yeah, I was with a gal for 9 years, and in the middle of it, we broke up for like 9 months.
Oh.
And the plan wasn't like, hey, let's continue to live together. It was, find your own place.
Yeah.
Skedat. And she never did. And eventually we got back together. And looking back, I always wonder if that was
out of
premeditated on her part. Like, yeah, I don't know. But
yeah.
But yeah, that sucked. And I was young and stupid, but I still felt like I was fairly reasonable back then. But I was like, this is new ground for both of us. The only thing I can say is don't be bringing any dates home because I don't know how I'm going to react to that shit.
Right.
Not that I was violent or abusive or anything, but like, I was 30.
Yeah.
Like,
Ew.
and I'm with this gal for 5 years. Like, don't be, if we're going to break up, that's fine. If you're going to live here for a while, whatever, don't be bringing any dudes home because that will be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, here's my thought on it. If you're the one that cheated, you should leave.
Yeah.
That's it. You should leave. But the cheater is not leaving. And now they just have separate sides of the house and go-betweens. So this is some Bravo news.
So it's Scandival, and who was the lady involved?
Ariana.
Ariana, right.
Ariana, I'm sorry.
Ariana
and Tom. So they both live in a house of hell. But now, in the past week, she starred in Chicago on Broadway as Roxy Hart, which is the star of the show. Like, she's thriving since this has broke. But in the Vanderpump Rules world, they're living together, and that's kind of the storyline. So there's a lot of people in the Bravoverse that are like, maybe this is just for the show. But I don't think it is. Because why? It's just two people being really stubborn, I think. So I only have 10 seconds. So I have one more Bravo thing to share. Candy Burruss, who we love, TLC, she wrote No Scrubs. She's just a picture perfect housewife of Atlantean. She's no longer coming back. She was an OG, and now we have a whole recasting. Oh no! So recasting of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's happening.
They're going to cast all new people or just replace her?
We don't know. We don't know if there's going to be a pause on it because ratings were real low and it's getting a little dry. They need the Nene back. They need Nene.
Is that one guy? I had a friend who dated the. I'm sure she's not the only white lady on that series, but
Kim Zolciak.
Yes.
Oh, wig.
Yeah, I had a friend who dated her a long time ago.
You did?
That's my only connection to that. Yeah.
Well, now she's bankrupt.
Yeah, is she? No, is she still married to an Atlanta Falcon, a former Falcon?
Yeah, Troy.
Yeah.
Roy? Troy.
Croy.
No.
Coy Bierman?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Yes. They're going through a divorce, but don't worry. She might be on the Housewives. I'll let you guys know, but that was Bravo Beat.
The Bravo Beat. Thanks
Bravo Beat. You're welcome.
Up to date with
what's
going on in the Bravo world.
Hey, anytime.
Is that your favorite show, Vanderpump?
Right now?
Uh-huh. Or is it one of the Housewives shows?
No, it's Vanderpump right now.
What's your favorite Housewives series?
Classic New York, Real Housewives of New York.
Is that the OG?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like the new cast as much. But there's a lot of drama with that. Let's not get into that because that's another 5 minutes.
They should branch out into like more realistic. I want to see Real Housewives of Paducah. You know? Real Housewives of Franklin, Tennessee.
Well, they're not really housewives. At this point, they're just hawking their goods, like candles or, sandwich shops. Who knows? I like it.
Well, thanks for keeping us up to date, Boo.
You're welcome.
The Bravo Beat.
No problem.
We look forward to checking in with you from time to time and getting our Bravo scoop.
Thank you.
Moving right along. What do we got? Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
This week, I got a good one for you. Been doing a lot of comics lately. We'll keep that going.
Yeah, you have.
Old buddy of mine, who also started in Atlanta, Rob Hayes, Haze. Rob Hayes, such a funny dude. He's got a new special called Frontin'. And Rob's a really funny dude. He's real like low key, real kind of subdued guy, but like just incredible observations, like just got a great comedy brain.
Yeah.
And just one of those dudes is just, He's not like super high energy, even though he's not, it's hard to describe people's act, but he's just kind of medium to low energy, but like just great observations, great jokes, just funny takes on everything. But yeah, he's one of the guys. There's so many people that have come out of Atlanta since I left. But he just did the Tonight Show the other night with Jimmy Fallon. He's written on all kind of shows. He's did a bunch of stuff for IFC, but I think this is his first proper special, and it's just called Frontin'. And I checked it out the other night. Very funny. It's on YouTube. The audio version streaming wherever you get that stuff. But yeah, check out Frontin' from my old boy Rob Hayes. And
I love that.
Good stuff. So more good comedy out in the world.
Yeah, there are.
Now I don't know if he has any punchlines as strong as I can't believe it's not cocaine, but nonetheless, it's a pretty good special. So check out my old buddy Rob Hayes.
That really put a knot in your wheel. What's that word? What's that?
It's just insultingly bad. That someone in 2024 on a Netflix special would use the punchline, "My dealer tried to offer me, I can't believe it's not cocaine."
Yeah.
The taste you love without the cholesterol.
It's hacky as shit. The "I can't believe it's not blank" has been done 1,000 times, but also that whole thing is 30, 40 years old.
It's a little old, sure.
What are you doing there, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm not bitter that I don't have a Netflix special.
You don't sound bitter.
But when you see shit like that, you're like, well, fuck me.
Right.
Maybe I should write some old hack bullshit and send that over to Netflix and see what happens.
Well, at least you could remember your set. I mean, there's 80 million steps ahead of me.
But do you know what I mean? And I know I sound like a dick, but as a comic, I've been doing this for so long, and it's just, it's not insulting to me. It's insulting to the craft. And I know that sounds pretentious.
No, I understand.
But it would be like a new band, starting, and then I don't know what the analogy is.
They'd be doing a Beatles cover.
Or they got like a Freebird ripoff, passing it off as some new thing. What are you doing, man? I
can't believe it's not Freebird.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe it's not Skinnerd. But it's just, well, if I saw that at I think this is my point. If I saw that at an open mic, it would piss me off. But I got to turn on Netflix and see it in the trailer?
In the trailer is interesting.
This is what you're promoting your special with?
Yeah.
It's one of the hackiest jokes in years?
It's not great.
I'm like, all right, look at this guy. That's comedy. I'm all right.
No, it's okay. I have a word of mouth.
You got a word of mouth. What do we got?
Okay, where'd it go?
Oh, Lord.
Here
Put it
is.
on the Lazy Susan.
Well, I do love Lazy Susans, and you could have fun with those. Okay, no one's at all telling me to do this. It's called Brighton Eye Cream. This is $10.
Yeah.
$10 from Sephora, and it works good. I'm telling you. Guys, ladies, listen, or gentlemen, anyone, do it.
Well, you're covering up your eyes this week, the same week you're promoting an eye cream.
That's true.
So that makes me a little suspicious.
Well, it's not working yet, but it's cheap and it's a good Valentine's Day gift or Galentine's.
It's not working. One. Oh yeah, Valentine's is this week.
Yeah, what'd you get me? Uh-oh.
We talked about this the other day off the air.
I know, but you're not supposed to don't get me anything, but that means get me something.
Okay. It's in progress. It's in progress. Boo, where can we find you on social media?
Ooh, at Katie Stramberg. What about you?
Instagram, I'm at _ Dave Stone.
Okay.
Everywhere else, it's Dave Stone Comedy. I don't know why I couldn't get all that together. But anyway. Live shows, come see me do comedy about I Can't Believe It's Not Butter.
Yeah.
Eureka, California, Friday, March 15th and Saturday, March 16th. I'll be at the Savage Henry Comedy Club, one of the funnest clubs I've ever done. It's a good vibe up there.
Love the name.
Humboldt County, California. Bunch of forest dwelling weirdos. I love them. It's my people.
Yeah.
I've been going to that club for probably 10 years. It's a fun time every time. But yeah, if you haven't checked out, if you live up in that neck of the woods and you haven't been to Savage Henry Comedy Club, check it out anytime. But, maybe specifically March 15th and 16th. Where else? Tuesday, March 19th, I'll be in Portland, Oregon at Helium Comedy Club. That's always a good time as well. And then Chico, California. Thursday, March 21st, I'll be at the Sierra Nevada Big Room.
Ooh.
And all those tickets are finally on sale now at dumbdavestone.com. Buy a ticket, come see a show. And I think you're joining me on that little run.
I'm coming, and I'm bringing my fancy little friend here,
Little
Charlie.
might
Charlie's
come with
coming
us.
on the road.
Probably do a little camping in between shows.
I'm terrified of that, but I'll
it's gonna
do
be great.
it.
Go squatching.
I'll do it.
I'm going to find me a squatch.
I have a big sleeping bag, so I'm good.
There you go.
I'll just wear it.
If you're listening to this, you may not be aware that you could also watch us with youtube.com/@the-Stonebergs podcast.
Yeah.
We've got several up there now, thanks to our new friend Skippy.
Skippy is our amazing director.
What are you,
producer.
a director, producer?
He's both, and just all around awesome.
He's just the weirdo behind the
He's
camera.
an Aries. Andy's an Aries. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we finally broke triple digits on the subscribers.
Yeah.
So we got 100 now, so that's exciting. Let's onward and upward from there. Let's try to get 200 soon.
Let's go.
Small steps.
Come on, guys.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe at youtube.com/@the-Stonebergs
And
podcast.
if you have ADHD, just write it down right now and do it later during your time in front of the computer.
Absolutely.
Sure. Why not?
Boo, it's always fun.
Oh, it's been so great.
Thanks for tuning us in on what's going on.
And you too.
I feel like I'm more well-rounded.
You know what? I feel good.
Well,
and I also have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Okay,
So
well,
I should probably get going.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry about
that's
that.
We'll leave
Sorry
on that
about-
disgusting note.
Thank you guys for listening.
And we'll see you next week.
Thank you. We love you. Bye.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Okay, thank you.